Hey guys, what's up? It is Tightroll 2001. Here making a video. This is a preview of Street Outlaws season 11, I think it is now. I got a few things I want to touch on in this video. One of them is my predictions for this next season. The thing is, I don't believe that OKC is fastest anymore. And number 3 is the bullshit rules. So, if you're interested in any of those things, please stick around. The end of last season was a really screwed up list. As you can see here, I'll show you the end of the list. Ryan Martin, Big Chief, Daddy Dave, Chuck, Doc, Shane, Dominator, Monza, Jeff Lutz, and Murder Nova. I've actually made 3 lists of who I think will be at where, because it was really hard for me to decide where I think they'll finish. But just for the sake of y'all's entertainment, I try my best. Alright, let's get started. I have Reaper in his new car, These Nuts, being in the top 10 and 10th. I don't think that car is that fast. I don't think it's fast enough to really compete like he should. Reaper is a good driver, one hell of a hothead, but I think he can get in the top 10, but I don't think we're going anywhere. Shane, the Blackbird Vega, it was hard for me to put him at 9th, but with all the competition, I just don't see that Blackbird Vega doing anything. I'm pretty sure that this season was recorded before the time he wrecked his car. I'm not positive on that, I don't really know. But if he has a car on the list, I believe he'll be around 9th, maybe 8th, 7th, somewhere around there. Doc and the Street Beast, I put at 8. I really don't think the Street Beast is as fast at all as he used to be. Nowhere near. Just because I think the Street Beast has done is pretty much like Chuck did with his small tire Mustang when the Stralas were started. He's already peaked. He's at the fastest he can go and get that car. That car's not going to go any faster, in my opinion. It's just everybody else will continue to go above him, and I just don't see him being able to climb the list. I think he's going to drop considerably. Monza's done some adjustments to his car. I think he went Pro Charger, going into that. I think so. That's all. I think I saw that a couple months ago. Same thing with Doc. I just don't think Monza's going to get that much faster. I mean, he's a good driver, but he's getting on up there in age. You know, age will affect your reaction time and stuff, and I think it's like in his 40s or something. I don't know exactly how old he is, but I know he's getting older, and I do not think that car is going to get any faster. I think he could put 15 turbos on that thing, it's not going to get any faster. One of the new cars on the list, the Murder Nova. The new one. Right, not calling it the new one, it's called the Murder Nova. Looks a lot like the old Murder Nova, just with a little bit of cosmetic changes. I couldn't decide where to put Murder Nova. One on my list I had him 3rd, another on my list I had him 5th. I'm putting him at 6th. In my final prediction chart, I have him 6th. I do not see Murder Nova going in the top 5. He will be at the top 5 at some point in the season. I just don't see him finishing there. With all the competitions on this list, it's going to be so hard to keep your position. Because I know at least 8 super competitive cars. Doc Monza be at the bottom of those, and I'm Daddy Dave being 5th. I believe he's probably 6th quickest on the list, but as a driver, I think Daddy Dave is probably in the top 2 in the 405 in terms of actual driving ability. The car I don't think is that fast. I think he did some changes to it which might help, but I just don't think that Goliath 2.0 will ever get to number 1. I just don't see that happening unless he does some super upgrading in that car. And fourth, I had exactly the same Chuck. Jet Trap's fast. No doubt about it, it's fast. But I just don't think the Chuck will make it to number one this year. Ryan Martin and Big Chief, are just too fast. I like Chuck. He's a lot better of a guy, I think, since when it first started, when he was a super hothead. He's still a hothead, but I don't think as much. He's really improved Death Trap. That couple of seasons he was off the list. Super fast car, but I just don't see him making it to the top. And I think he'll end either third or fourth, but I put him at fourth. Third, new car, 57. Bel Air, I think. I'm not sure. I think it's a Bel Air. Probably. I don't know what it is. I just know it's a 57. It's a 57 Chevy. I have it being third. Driver, Jeff Lutz. He's a fast driver. Tried out for the list before in an older, I think it was a 56 car, and he somehow lost a Dominator. For some reason, almost every time Dominator's back to the wall, he ends up doing something incredible, which held off Jeff Lutz from doing it the first time. Jeff Lutz brought a Pro Mod, got to 7th. Chief then said, no Pro Mods. Pretty much fucked Jeff Lutz over. Now for my top 2, as you can see, the guys I've had on this list so far, I'm pretty sure you know that I have top 2, unless you don't really watch the show. Ryan Martin and the Fireball Camaro, number 1. Big Chief and the Crow, number 2. Just because them two are the fastest. I don't think anybody's going to be in that league. I don't think the Crow is faster than the Fireball. I just don't think that Ryan Martin will lose that spot. Maybe a couple times, no, but I believe it's going to be a lot like we saw last season. Ryan racing Chuck over and 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 over again. I just see it being Ryan Chief, Ryan Chief, Ryan Chief, over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I really think the Fireball is faster, in my opinion. A couple guys you probably noticed I did not have on my list. Farm Truck, don't think he'll be on there all year. Kamikaze, Trucks, the Elko's fast, don't think it's going to be on the list again. I just don't see that truck making it back on that list. I did not have Dominator just because I think he's reached the ceiling and will not. I don't think he can make it. If he does, he'll be in the bottom 2, unless he builds a new car. Another guy, I do not know if he's going to try out with the 405 list, but I know he's got a new car. It's boosted. He has a new orange Mustang. I don't know if it's a big tire or small tire, but I've seen it on the internet. And Boosted's a good driver. I ain't gonna lie, he is a good driver. He proved out with the small tire Mustang that he took all the way to number 5. Small tire king, in my opinion. If he tries out for the list, I don't see him going over 8th, maybe 7th. I don't see that. I don't know who's gonna try out for the list. Just put that on there. Shoot, got my pin. Another thing I wanted to touch on was I do not believe that OKC is fastest in the nation anymore. I believe there's plenty of guys out there that can beat him. Plenty. Birdman, Larry Larson, Ty Kelly. I can see all 3 of them beating him. Other guys, I believe, given the right circumstances. Remember, I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this for anybody who watches. JJ the Boss beat Birdman. If Birdman can beat Ryan Martin, and JJ the Boss can beat Birdman, given JJ the Boss's rules, and if JJ the Boss orange out chases a race kind of scenario, he would beat Ryan Martin in my opinion. But he's a hustler. He's not necessarily what you call a street outlaw. He's a street racer, hustler. I can see in the right circumstances JJ the Boss beating every single one of them, just because he is possibly the smartest street racer I've seen. Other guys that possibly could give OKC a run for the money: Scott Taylor, Sean Wilhoit. Them two, Never King, showed me that they got fast cars. Other people that I think could, not saying will or ever can, but they show me glimpses of greatness at No Prep Kings, especially Chris Poncia. He had one hell of a run that 1 week up in South Carolina, beating Birdman in the finals, winning 40 grand. Really, I can see Chris Poncia maybe giving them for the run for their money if that car is as fast as it looked that one race. And one more person that I think put her in the right car. Yes, I said her. Put her in the right car. Lizzie Musey, I believe, could compete with them. Given you put her in a shocker or something, I believe she can compete. Not win, but compete. I don't know how many out-of-town races the 4-5 are going to do in the next season, but I would love to see the 405 go up against Memphis in a JJ the Boss Orange Rock style cash days kind of thing, like big pot, 20 grand or so, I don't know, but I see like 16 cars, Memphis, 405, and NOAA just battle it out, like all three of the Street Outlaws groups. Like out of Ryan, Chief, Lutz, Chuck, Dave, probably Nova, Mons, and Doc, so that'd be 8. Kai Kelly, John Doe, Scott Taylor. Put all the Memphis guys filling the rest of the spots. And I'll put Bobby Cody in there too, just for the hell of it. And see what would happen. In JJ the Boss Orange Off style street race. What the 405 does is not necessarily what I call street racing. They are street track racing, what they're doing. They're just pretty much doing what they do at the track on the street. JJ the Boss, he is making his living racing like that. And that is hardcore street racing, in my opinion. I don't believe the 405 is what you call hardcore. I believe they're just racing on the street. That's all they're doing. Just taking their cars, putting them on the street, racing, not trying to make a living like Memphis guys are doing. But I was going to get off that because I've already talked way too long about this and get to what I believe they should do in the rules. Doc last year, at the very end, was called out by Shane. And Shane refused, or Doc refused to race Shane. If you ask me, that is total bullshit. There is no way, in my opinion, Doc can just refuse to race somebody. The rules state that if my memory serves correctly, I haven't seen Street Outlaws, OKC in the law, that if you defend your spot at the bottom, you can call the guy on top of you. Doc had not called out Chuck. Had not done it. Shane came up to him, called him out. Doc said no. If I was chief, I'm not, but if I was chief, I would have made Doc either race him or lose your spot. I just do not see how Doc can legitimately not race. If I was race master, this is what I would do. Make it, if you get called out, you race that night. If you have time in that race night, you race that night. If not, we race next week. But if you can, you race that night. If the car's broken, fuck you. Drop that spot, you can lose 2 spots. Seeing all these bullshit rules Big Chief came up with, I honestly believe it's just to help him. I do not believe it's to help anybody else. Just Big Chief saying, me, Big Chief, I want to be number 1. That's all I see Big Chief doing, is just trying to help himself, not trying to make the list better or anything. I see him trying to help himself. That's really what I see. It's my eyes, my teenage eyes. I'm looking and I see Big Chief trying to help himself. Just because I think that Big Chief thinks that he can win more races in that scenario, and probably not race as much. He thinks that he can get number one, which I don't think he can get there and hold it. So I want to see the old, original rules of the 405 like they had in season 1. You get called out, you race. You don't pussyfart around and go over up. I don't want to race you. I want to go up. Tough shit. You got called out, race them. So if you all agree with what I've said in this video, please let me know in the comments. If you don't agree with what I've said in this video, please let me know what you think. What do you think will happen in the next season? And I think it's 2 or 3 weeks from today. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's 26th. I don't know what today's date is. That's how good I am at keeping up with dates. Let me know what you think will happen. And I will respond to your comments. And I'll see you all in my next video.